Welcome to the second episode of the BTMC podcast, where we bring to you inspiring minds. Today we have someone who went from hitting rock bottom to rising sky high, from losing his eyesight to gaining vision. Our guest today challenges life with the words, "So what?" A triple postgraduate, a PhD, professor, trainer, mentor, counselor, Distinguished Toastmaster, and a national award winner. Today, let's first discover the thoughts of one of the finest thinkers, Dr. Rajdeep Manwani. And we will also get a glimpse into his sharp mind in a rapid fire round. Welcome, Dr. Rajdeep Manwani.
Thank you so much, Simrun, for that wonderful introduction. It's an absolute pleasure recording this podcast for BTMC.
Thank you. You have left us spellbound by being just who you are. And we have so many questions for you, but we would love to start with understanding maybe your early years.
Okay, I was a very, very naughty boy when I was young. And I've told this earlier, but I'll repeat it. Once my class teacher, when I was young, wrote on my report card, "Your son is boisterous, belligerent, flippant, and rambunctious." And my father came to the school the next day and he said, "Madam, you've written all this about my son, but can you tell me whether he's good or bad?" And all these small episodes make up my childhood. I was very, very intelligent. I usually topped my class. I was very, very interested in playing cricket. In fact, I represented my school in the middle school. And I also had a play which I did when I was young. So I was quite an achiever in school. Till I reached around 8th standard where, I lost my eyesight through something called as macular degeneration or retinitis pigmentosa, where gradually the rods and the cones of the eyes keep deteriorating. And that was quite a difficult moment in my life. But I had a great support system in my dad, my grandfather, and if you want me to tell, I'll tell you 2 incidents which happened at that time, which had a profound impact on my life.
Of course.
One, when I was crying bitterly one day, and I felt a gentle hand on my shoulder. When I turned back, it was my dad who said me, "Rajdeep, don't keep your dreams in your eyes. They'll wash away as tears. Keep them in your heart so that each heartbeat reminds you to achieve those dreams." The second incident of my grandfather, many of the neighbors used to come to my house and they used to keep telling my grandfather, "Oh God, your grandson has gone blind and what is he going to achieve in life? It's so bad, his future is dark." And deliberately, loudly, so that even I could hear it in the next room, my grandfather used to keep telling this. He used to tell it in Hindi, but I'll repeat it in English. He used to say, "So what if my grandson cannot see the world? There will be a day when the world will see my grandson. क्या हो गया अगर मेरा पोता दुनिया को देख नहीं सकता है? एक दिन ऐसा आएगा जब दुनिया उसको देखेगी." So these were the vivid memories I have of my childhood.
Thank you so much. That is so inspiring. But there must have been other challenges. And how did you overcome and accept these yourself?
There were other challenges, but once you have a support system behind you, my school was very cooperative. My teachers helped me out. I had scribes to write my exams. I always wanted to do well. So I had my sister and my mother used to record the entire lessons in something called as those audio cassettes. I don't know if you remember in the olden days, which we had the audio cassettes. So I used to record, and I used to sit and listen to them day after day, trying to drown myself into a situation where I could actually forget about what I've lost, but actually focus on what I can gain in the future.
I think that's a message we all need to take home. And you have so much knowledge on so many things. How do you retain all this information?
They say necessity is the mother of invention. So when you lose your eyesight, you generally have to have a good memory. So it's been to practice. In the time when I went blind, we didn't have so many retention devices like the computer where we could store, or there was not so much of accessible technology for the blind like the mobile phone where you could store numbers. So as a necessity, I used to memorize hundreds of phone numbers. I used to memorize my lessons. So that in turn became a boon in disguise because I retained that. So I've always tried to keep more things in my mind. And the secret is whatever I do, I focus at that particular point of time. So if I'm with you, I'm focusing on what I'm speaking. So I'll remember every question you asked me even after 2 years or 3 years. If I'm with somebody else, I will be with him and I won't try and get my energy distracted or my attention distracted at that point of time. So the key to good memory, I think so, is keeping your focus on the point where you have to keep it all the time.
Wow, thank you for that. You've been a Toastmaster for nearly 12 years. What prompted you or what made you join Toastmasters?
You might be surprised. I didn't join Toastmasters to improve my communication or any leadership or anything, but as a social outlet. I was I used to be at my house. I had got a job in Jain College as a lecturer, and I was lecturing there. But I found that during the week, I used to spend most of the time at home. I used to only talk to a few friends. And then I had a friend who was a previous president of Bangalore Toastmasters many years back. His name was Justin Phillips. He too is blind. And he told me that there is this organization called Toastmasters. And at that time, they used to meet at St. Joseph's College, which is in Residency Road, the Arts and Science College, as you call it. And that was just a stone's throw away from my house, just hardly 100, 200 meters. So one Friday, he told me, why don't you come and please do it? Although he had stopped going from a month or two. So I said, I want some social outlet. I need to meet people. So I walked into Bangalore Toastmasters in St. Joseph's Arts and Science College. I said, I'll make a few friends. I'll develop. And then when I walked in, we had the president at that time, Arun John Matthias. I immediately loved the environment. I loved the place. I loved the warmth, hospitality. And within a month, I was a member, and the rest is history.
You always have something to say in anything that is given to you. So if you were to give us 3 strategies on how to source and develop content, what would it be?
I always tell this, whenever I give a talk, I say there are the 3 I's of effective speaking. If you want to source material, it can be either through inquisition, that is actually reading material, researching what you have to do, imagination, thinking, sitting quietly, finding out ways in which you can imagine some situation or come out with some imaginary situation. And finally, we have something called as the insight, that is your personal life, where you can draw material from your own personal life. So most of my speeches will have either something which is researched or something which is imagined or something which is actually drawn from my personal life. So these are the best 3 ways. I don't know if there is any other way where you can get the material. So keep a journal and find out what's happening in your life. That will give you the insights. Read on something which you find interesting, an anecdote, a quotation, and also imagine something. Might be sometimes you have to let your imagination go haywire and come out with something funny or come out with something intelligent at that particular point of time.
Wow, thank you for that. Toastmasters is a self-paced, do-it-yourself program. And what advice could you give us to make sure we get the most out of this journey and the most out of Toastmasters?
The first thing is, as you said, the journey. Enjoy the journey, not the destination. So first, get yourselves into Toastmasters and enjoy every meeting you attend. The first thing which I always tell is, get into Toastmasters not with the intention of, oh my God, I have to become this DTM or I have to become. First, start enjoying the process. I think so the results take care of themselves. Once you start enjoying, you yourself will be encouraged to give a speech, take up a role, do something. So I always, when I joined Toastmasters, I always went to the meeting with the hope that I will speak today, at least on one occasion. I will contribute in some positive way I can be a timer, I can be an hour counter, I can be an MC, but I'll do the best which I can. And what helped me on the way was that every time I wanted to do something, I also picked up a slot when I had to speak. So I generally spoke once a month, and generally within a period of around 3.5 to 4 years, I had already finished 40 speeches and I'd become a DTM. So just enjoying the journey helped me reach. Enjoying the journey with a little focus that yes, I have to contribute. You'll see that the results take care of themselves.
Oh, thank you. There was a lot of life advice in there as well that I think we can use everywhere. Now, how do you ace impromptu speaking in real life?
I think so. One, you have to be present to the moment, and there is a famous quotation which goes, "Preparation is hard work, performance is relaxation." I always say this. To ace any impromptu, you think it's impromptu. I remember Mark Twain once saying that to write a good impromptu speech, it takes 15 days. So what you have to do is keep your mind and heart open to what is happening around you. Pick up situations, keep them, store them in your mind, so that when the situation actually arises, you can actually use them. It's like you having a container, you're filling in bits and pieces here and there of your life and all that. And at that moment, drawing out that material which is required at that particular point of time. That's the secret of being a good impromptu speaker. So collecting information, retrieving the information at the right time. And that comes only through practice. As I told you, performance is relaxation, preparation is hard work. So when you are actually attending a Toastmaster meeting, when somebody else goes to speak for an impromptu speech, imagine you're speaking. What would you have said at that particular point of time? When you're brushing your teeth, think of what are the 5 different ways I can use my toothbrush other than using it for brushing my teeth. So keep exercising your mind, use it as a mental gym, and as you do that, you'll find the power to actually speak the right thing at the right moment comes out so brilliantly.
Wow, thank you. Thank you for all those insights into Toastmasters and your life. We had so many questions from the members, but now we're going to try and do something different. Rapid fire round.
Okay.
You're known for your quick wit, and this is the best
Now
way.
you're putting me under pressure. Okay.
How about 10 really quick questions? Is that okay?
10?
Yes.
Okay.
Really
Your
quick.
wish. Your
First thing.
wish.
Okay.
And how many lines should each of the answers be?
Rapid fire. We can have it quick.
Okay.
Your choice.
One line. One
line.
word.
Yes. Are you ready?
Ready.
Ready. Okay, great. Let's start our rapid fire round.
Mhm.
Okay. Best advice you ever received?
I've already told this. Don't keep your dreams in your eyes. They'll wash away tears. Keep them in your heart so that each heartbeat reminds you to achieve those dreams.
Thank you. Your favorite ritual?
Getting up in the morning at 4:30 and meditating for an hour.
Your worst habit?
Eating a lot.
I doubt that. Favorite quote?
Happiness in the small things, success in the big things, meditate on nothing and find God in everything.
Wow. Fame or money?
Both.
If you had to pick one.
Money with a little bit of fame.
CC or pathways?
CC.
Okay. Prepared speech or table topic?
Table topics.
One thing you like the most about Toastmasters?
The camaraderie, the friend, the family atmosphere.
Okay. One thing you would change at Toastmasters?
Remove pathways.
Okay, those are our questions for today. Thank you for that very interesting rapid fire round.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. I hope you enjoyed our time with Dr. Rajdeep Manwani. Please subscribe to the BTMC podcast. We will be bringing inspiring minds to you every month. Make sure you subscribe, and for any feedback and comments, please leave a comment. Thank you and see you again.